And sister, thank you for coming for the talk. I think some of them know who is Dr. Ang Beng Choo. Some might not know. So I just give a brief introduction of Dr. Ang. Dr. Ang has been with the education service for more than 30 years. Being a school teacher, a school inspector, a curriculum and textbook developer, a teacher's trainer, a university lecturer, and an administrator. Dr. Ang has been frequently invited by local and overseas organizations to give talks on personal development, human relationship, family life, and children's education. So tonight we have the privilege to invite Dr. Ang to give us a talk, and it's a very interesting topic which every one of us should learn. Importance of speech. Dr. Ang, please.
Thanks. Thanks, Didi. Actually, all of us, many of us here are very old friends. I have been with Mangala Vihara since I was young, when Mante, the old Mante was here. And then I have been scolded by Mante, old Mante, many, many times because of what do you know? Due to my speech. I always talk nonsense. This is why Mante told me, you have to watch your speech. Sometimes, what you do may cause you problem, but the speech will cause you a lot of problem. Actually, it's correct. And later, many of my friends asked me, I have been doing a lot of good things, but how come no good karma? Cause and effect, what? You know why? Because the good things, the good karma, has been leaked out from this one, our big mouth. And then our mouth actually is like an import and export company. It takes in food. So the input. And then output is language. So input, if you take in good food, it will help you to have better health. If you take in wrong food, then it may cause you food poisoning also. And you may have vomiting or may have diarrhea. Today I use diarrhea. Normally I use lao sai. So this is very important for us to take the input. But the output, the language we use, so it will be like the food. It will harm if we say use the wrong language, use the wrong speech. It may not only harm others, but also harm ourselves. Because our language is like a stone. When you throw the stone into the sea, into the water, it creates ripples. And then, so create ripples, and it will affect other people's feeling. So if we use the right speech, we will have good relationship with others. And when we have good relationship with others, we will be happy. When we are happy, our immune system will be stronger. So we will be more healthy. And when we are healthy, then it will help us in our study and in our work. So if we use the wrong speech, wrong language, we will not have good relationship with others. And then we will have the hatred. We will have the hatred and what? Unhappiness. we will have the anger. And all this will lower down our immune system, and it will create illness for us. So if we want to study, it will be very difficult for us to concentrate. If we want to work, sometimes when we think of those unpleasant things, sometimes during our work, we can make mistakes. So we can see how important is the speech affects us. I remember that the speech is very, very powerful. In the Aesop story, so Aesop said one time, now I use employer and maid. I don't want to use the slave and what? No. Master and slave. Huh? So the employer told Aesop that today I have a good friend coming. Will you please help me to prepare a very good dish for this friend so that he will never forget? And then Aesop said, okay. So after that, during the meal, Aesop brought out a very special dish. And this dish is what? It's the tongue. All types of animals' tongues. And then he cooked them together. So, okay. Then they all eat happily. And another time, a very disgusting neighbor came. And then the Aesop's employer said, I do not want this person to visit me. Okay, prepare a very horrible food for him so that he will never turn up again. So during the lunchtime, Aesop come out with another dish. And this dish is also full of different type of animals' tongues. And they eat. It's the same dish. So when the disgusting guests go back, and the employer asked Aesop, why the best food? I asked you to prepare the best food. You prepare it with the tongues. I asked you to prepare the worst food, also a plate of tongues. Why? He said that because the tongue can speak nice word to make people happy. This is why it is the good food, the best food. And then the tongue also can say very worse speech and make people very unhappy. This is why it becomes the worst food. Oh, yeah, no wonder. So we have to be very careful of our tongue. This is why they say that in Chinese story, if we say the wrong speech all the time and make people very unhappy and we carry words and all that, telling lies, when we die, we will go down to the hell. To hell, and the Yaman will ask people to do what? To cut our tongue. Yes. So we will suffer. Correct. So, this is why when we use the right speech, we will help people to go up. We will help people to be good. I remember that there's a story telling that all of you know Carnegie. There's a Carnegie University, right? Carnegie. Now, when Carnegie was young, he was a very, very naughty boy. So once after his mother passed away, his father was going to get a stepmother for him. So when the stepmother came, first day the stepmother entered the house, and then Carnegie's father introduced Carnegie to the stepmother, and he told the stepmother, "This is the most naughty boy in our county. So I do not know what he will do for you. Probably tomorrow, he will throw a stone onto you, or what type of, or some other things to make you very unhappy. So you have to be very careful about this naughty boy. And two Kanekis as surprise. The stepmother, wasn't angry. And she smiled and walked towards Kaneki and hold Kaneki's head up and looked into his eyes. For a while, then he told his father, "You are wrong. He is not the most naughty boy. He is the smartest boy in this county. One thing is that he didn't find out where to let go of his creativity." Listening to that, the tears dropped down from Kaneki's eyes. And from then onward, Kaneki and the stepmother the relationship became very good. And Kaneki made up his mind to go up and to help others to go up. And this is why Kaneki became a very popular scholar. At the same time, he is also helping others in doing things. This is why if you see the right thing, it would be very, very good to help other people to go up. And there is one mayor in one of the cities in the United States, but I couldn't remember the city. His name is Roger. He is African American. So he grown up as he is a black. This is why people look down him. And then he also grown up at this a slum area. And he always never wash his face, and then never dress properly, and very dirty. On top of this, he was very naughty. And he jumped up and jumped down fighting with people. So one day, he even broke the blackboard. Now this one cannot be broken. But last time, the blackboard is easy to be broken. So he broke the blackboard in school. So he was popular to be a very terrible student in that school. One time, the school came a new teacher. And this teacher knows that the county people are very superstitious. So he used palm reading as the first contact with all the students. So when he entered the classroom, that was this Roger's classroom. And Roger was absent all the time, always absent. And then he read the palms of all the students and telling them what. So halfway of his reading palm, Roger jumped in from the window, and he walked near the teacher and showed his palm. And the teacher hold his hand and say that, "Wow, look at your long and nice thumb. You will be a mayor in future. I'm definitely that you will be. But now your standard and to being a mayor is still far away. So we have to see how you catch up the gap." At that time, this Roger was very deeply touched. He had been scolded by many people, but Nobody had said that to him. So he told himself, this is my objective. I wanted to be a mayor in the USA. So he said, now this one became his threat. And from that day onwards, he cleaned himself and wear very properly and stand very straight and preparing to be the mayor in one of the city in New York, in this USA. He never ponteng classes anymore. So after that, he really elected as the mayor in one of the city in United States. And I was told that he was the first black mayor in the States. This is why when the president of the United States is the, I think is a ceremony, official appointment on that time, and it was on the same day of his teacher's retirement dinner, and he chose not to attend the president's dinner, but he went to attend, during that time he was a mayor, he went to attend his teacher's retirement dinner. And people asked him, why? He said that for president's dinner, official dinner, is 5 years once. But for my teachers, for a good teacher, you can meet. It's for your whole life. Sometimes you can't even meet one. This is why it is very important for me. So we can see, if a person can make a good speech, he would be able to change another person's life. But if we make a wrong speech, probably it will harm us and harm our organizations. One time, we all know that Harvard University is a very popular university. So one time, there was a couple came to Harvard University, and they saw the secretary and told the secretary that they wanted to meet the chancellor. And the secretary looked at them, seeing them, they dressed very simple. So, nothing. And secretary refused to let them meet the chancellor. So she used saying that the chancellor is very busy. I don't think he can meet you now. Then this couple say, don't worry. The chancellor is very busy, but we are not busy. So we can wait. And then they keep on. They sit down there and refuse to leave. So this secretary was very irritated. And then but she didn't care of them. Kept on doing her work. Until lunch hour, she felt hungry. And she wanted to go for lunch. But these couples were still sitting there. How? Bo pian, no? So she has to go in to see the chancellor and told the chancellor, there is a couple wanted to see you. And I look at them, they are very simple. I don't think it's big shots or what. Simple people. But now it's lunch hour. So they say they are free. They're still sitting there the whole morning, refuse to leave. What am I supposed to do? Should you meet them and the chancellor also thinking of going for lunch. So the chancellor said, okay, I can meet them. So this couple went in to the chancellor's room, and the chancellor said, yes, you want to see me? What do you want me to do? And then the couple, the lady said, we have a son, study in Harvard University, and he was very happy when he was here. Unfortunately, 1 year later, to memorize him. And the chancellor said, no way. Because if we put up any stone to memorize him, then our campus would become a graveyard. And then this lady said, oh, no. We are not going to put up something, simple thing to memorize him. What we want to do is to build a building to memorize him. And this chancellor looked at them and said proudly, build a building? Do you know how much a building costs? Our school, whole school's buildings, there are so many buildings here, it costs 7.5 billion. During that time, of course, it's a lot of money. So the lady said, 7.5 million? He said, yes. Then the lady looked at the husband. If 7.5 million can build an university, then why not we build an university to memorize our son? Then the husband said, yes. Then this couple hold hands and walk out the chancellor's office, left the chancellor behind. And this couple is Stanford, Mr. and Mrs. Stanford. So they set up the Stanford University later, which became the competitor of Harvard University. And Harvard not only lost the money, but at the same time, got one competitor. This is why, if they use the wrong speech, you may have problem. And we also can see that, because I do not know what language you will be using. That's why I use Chinese. I wrote in Chinese. Sorry. And there's another story, probably you all have heard. There were a group of frogs traveling. So one day, passing by a dry well, and two frogs fell into the well. And they start to try to jump up. Jump for quite a long time. They couldn't get out from the dry well. So at the time, the other frogs, they are not impatient. They are impatient to wait for that. So they try to convince them and shouted to them, saying that, no need to that, no need to jump, don't need to jump. Don't waste your energy lah. You cannot jump out. You just try to die there lah. Sleep there and die there. So that one of the frogs really listened to them, didn't jump. So just lying there. The other one keep on jumping and jumping and jumping, although they keep on shouting at it. But it didn't listen. At last, he jumped out from the dry well. And the other frog asked him, why? Why did we ask you not to jump? You still jump? And he said that, my hearing is not very good. So I thought that you are encouraging me to jump out from the dry well. This is why when you do not have a good hearing, it's also good. Correct. Because sometimes when people say bad things about you, you cannot hear it, or you hear it wrongly, so it becomes good things. So it's good for us also. I do not have good good hearing. That's why sometimes my husband, nyao, 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 I couldn't hear his nyao, nyao, nyao. So no, I thought that he's chanting Amitabha. So that's also good. And this is why, from above examples, we can see the power of speech. So Harvard University's Professor Carmen is a very popular professor in Harvard University, and he said that a person's success, 20% depends on his IQ, but 80% depends on his EQ. And the EQ equivalent to your character plus your human relationship. So it is, we have to remember, 20% IQ only leh, 80% EQ. So it's important for the speech is that sometimes what we thought, we think, people cannot see. On surface you can smile, but here you keep on cursing. People cannot see, correct? And then for our behavior, we can control. But sometimes for our speech, our tongue is too slippery. Sometimes I out. So if we are not careful, our tongue becomes the arrow, shoot out. So have to be very, 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 very careful. Otherwise, we will make the wrong speech, as what the Buddha say. Be careful the speech. Sometimes, when we are angry, we use very bad words. Sometimes when you drive, some people when you drive, people overtake you. You are very angry, but you never stop your car and come down and fight with them, right? But in your mouth, you will scold them, is it? You will greet their mother, correct? And then you will scold them. At the same time, the worst, the best one is that shit. So you have to be very careful when you are used to the shit, the word shit, because try not to use this word. I think Amor use more. We Chinese always greet people's mother. Only the white people, they use shit more often. They say one time, 4 persons got a bottle from the sea, and they open it up. There's a genie. So the genie said, "Thank you very much for rescuing me. So I will give every one of you one wish. I give each one of you a swimming pool. So when you jump into the pool, and you just shouting the liquor you like. And the pool was full of the liquor which you like." Okay, these 4 drunkards very happy. And then the first one, because the last one say, at first they say, okay, based on our countries, the alphabetical order. So put this one. But some people say, no. Okay, y'all go first. So the first person jump into, run, and jump into the swimming pool and say, champagne. Wow, got champagne to drink. Another person jump into, run and jump into and say, beer. Wow, then he swim and drink the beer happily. And then another person jump into and say, what? Mao Tai. What is Mao Tai, It's Chinese liquor. So also swim happily. And while they were all jumping, running and jumping, another person, this last person, he just peel a banana and then eat and watching. So then his turn, he threw the banana skin, and then he also ran. Who knows that he stepped onto his banana skin, and then he had fall, and he fell into the swimming pool. So he shouted, "Shit!" So be careful of the word shit. Huh? And that's why. So his swimming pool is full of shit, and he just inside. Therefore, we have to be very careful not to open your mouth anyhow. Huh? And sometimes some people like to tell lies. One time, there was a car accident, and many people surrounding it and see, so crowded. And one man wanted to see because he didn't know what. So he told a lie. He said, please let me go in, please let me go in. Because the person there is my father. So people laugh and let him go in. And he went inside. And then, you know what he saw? There was a donkey lying there. So be careful, huh? So he feels so paiseh, and then quickly ran away. One time, for me, I'm also not careful of my speech. One time, I went with my husband to attend a dinner, wedding dinner, because at the time I was a solemnizer. So I went, and then when I sat down, the dinner started. So the first dish is suckling pig. So for me, I always like to open my mouth, and sometimes I open my mouth at saying wrong thing. So I say, wow, very big suckling pig, no? Oh, the pig head just facing me. So I told my husband, and I just say that, wow, the suckling pig is looking at me. Then just nice, looking at me. And at that juncture, under the table, a leg kicked my leg. When I say anything wrong, my husband always kick me under the table. When he kicked me under the table, this is why, you see, I always wear long pants. Because why? Or chair. Because I always say the wrong thing, then he kicked. So that time, then I quickly say, then when he kicked me, I quickly look up. I see, opposite me, sit a lady who was about 200 kilo, and wear up like nicely, like a Christmas tree, And she was so angry looking at me, Wow, I feel very paiseh. Quickly, and then when you feel paiseh, sometimes you want to, when you drive, you want to touch the brake. Sometimes you touch wrongly, you touch the oil, correct? So I also the same. I quickly say, sorry. Actually, I'm talking about the cooked one on the table. Okay. The more I say, the more mistake I make. That means, the cooked one on the table, it refers that you are uncooked yet lah. So at that juncture, suddenly I realized that, what the Buddha said, noble silence. Wow. And Chinese say, silence is gold. That time I wish that there was a hole that I can sink in, but it was too late. And then sometimes, people say the words, and with no such intention, but the people hear it, thinks that there's such an intention. A man invited 4 guests to his house. So they came 3. The number 4 did not turn up. The man was very disappointed and sighed. The person who is supposed to come, not coming. So 3 of them sitting there, and one thought that, am I the person who is not supposed to come, but come? So he stood up and left angrily. And this host, didn't know why this person left. So he continued signing and said that, the person who is supposed to leave, the person who is not supposed to leave, but left. And there are 2 persons left behind. So one of them was quite sensitive, and he thought that, am I the person who is supposed to leave, but stay? So after that, then he left also. And this host still you know what he said? He sighed again, and he said that, looking at the last guest, and said that, I'm not talking about him. And the last guest said, you are not talking about him, you're talking about me. Lah. So at last, the last guest left. Nobody stayed. This is why we have to be very, very careful about what we say. And then sometimes, you praise the small group, majority, but you offense you praise the minority, you offense the majority. I remember that when I was in the university, during the university vacation, I went to the school to teach, and I met 2 of my classmates, and they also went there, because during the university vacation, we go to work so as to earn some of our pocket money. So after 3 months university vacation, okay, we will be leaving. And it's very kind of the principal to organize a dinner for us and for their teachers. And during the dinner, the principal praised 3 of us, saying that we were very hardworking and we were very good teacher, this and that and that. And after that, when he concluded his speech, and he said, all good teachers are leaving. That means those who stay are no good teacher. So his praising really offends all the teachers. This is why we have to be very, very careful. Sometimes we praise one person, a few person, we may offend the whole. And sometimes, we want to say bad things about people at the back. Also have to be very careful. The best is that don't say. I remember that, there was a patient, and I knew this patient. He told me he went to see a doctor. And this doctor is very funny, always asks, whom had you seen before you came to me? And this patient told this doctor, I went to see the Chinese herb shop owner before I came to you. The doctor said, this owner is not reliable. Shouldn't listen to him. What were the nonsense he told you? Then this patient answered, he told me to come and see you. So sometimes, be careful, And then there was one scholar and a Zen master. When they were crossing the river, and then they saw what is it called? It's not ship, it's the sampan or something like that. The boat, correct, thank you. The boat, and the boatman pulled the boat to the shore to let the client, passengers, to go up the boat and push it down. And when they pull the boat onto the shore, there are many fish and prawns come to the shore and die. And when they push down, also die, many. At that time, the scholar saw that. So he asked the Zen master, Master, actually, whose mistake and whose bad karma are? The boatman or the passengers? Because they caused the fish and prawns there. And the Zen master told him, you are the one. He said, why? I did not kill the fish, I did not kill the prawns. Why? Why I'm the one? Then the Zen master said, when the boatman pulled the boat onto the seashore, they only think to serve the passengers. And the passengers, when they go up to the boat, they were only thinking of going to the other side of the river. Nobody is thinking of killing. And you, Bodhaichicho, you keep on thinking of killing. So you should be the one to be punished. So sometimes we got nothing to do. And we always thinking who is wrong. At last we are the wrong one who is wrong. And sometimes, when we want to humor other people, we have to be very, very careful. I remember that, there was a preacher. And this preacher always give his preaching on the stage. And his preaching is very long and very dull. So one time, he was very angry is that there was an audience who sit at the first row and fall into a sleep. And sleeping, never mind, also snow. So this preacher cannot stand. And then he just wanted to pull this audience leg. So he asked all the audience, those who want to go to heaven, please stand up. Wow, everybody stand up. Except the snoring one. Then after that, he said, okay, please sit down. And sit down. And the up, down. Work the sleeping one up. And at the time, this preacher said, those who want to go to hell, please stand up. And then this one, wanted, just woke up and heard the preacher say, stand up, please stand up. So he stood up. And all the audience laughed. And this preacher was very angry, was very happy. Now I take the revenge. Then this audience took up, looking around. And then he asked the preacher, how come only you and I two stand up? So be careful. Sometimes we want to pull other people's leg. We are pulling our own legs. Correct? And sometimes, don't humor others, humor ourselves. I remember that there was a student. And this student is a boy. He likes to comb. Normally, boys like to comb their hair. Either in the class, outside the class, at home, every place. And then always put the comb at the back pocket. So there was a boy, and this boy loved to do it. It was in my school. And then the teacher was very angry. At last, have to complain to the mother. So, and the mother scolded him, and the teacher scolded him, but no use. Until one day, the mother was very angry, so scolded him right in front of the father, and complained to the father. You see, he always comb his hair, and the teacher complained, scold him, but useless. Now I always scolded him, also useless. What am I supposed to do? And the father said, never mind what. When I was young, I also comb my hair all the time. So, inherited law. And from then onward, this boy never combed his hair again. Why? Because his father botak at this part. So he didn't want to be like the father. So, that's why. So he didn't want to do it. Sometimes, if you humor yourself, it helps a lot, It's good. It's good. Like me, many people ask me, why my hair is like that? But this is very useful because you know why? I can wash every day. And why mine is like that? Because that day my husband wanted to go and cut his hair. And he was lazy to walk. So he said, to the nearby barber shop lah. So we went to the barber shop. Alamak, the barber is Indian barber. And then when we went in, and the barber told me, we don't cut hair for ladies, no? I said, never mind, you can cut men stuff for me. And he kept on cutting and cutting and cutting. He said, how come your hair so much? So after cut, for quite a long time, and okay already, and he charged other people $8, and he charged me $10. Later, then he cut my husband's. And my husband's got very few hair. So cut, nearly bo liao. Then he say, okay, I still charge you $8. I say, why? He said, because he got no hair, he got too much hair. So average lah, $8 for two. So also good, isn't it? This is why sometimes you can see people say it not because they don't like you. Because they feel that, how come it's like that? How come it's like that? And then sometimes, for us, especially for women, the wife, if the children or the husband come back late, sometimes we will scold them and saying that, how come so late? You think this is a hotel? If you scold like that, they will not come back early. Because why should we come back to this place, hotel, early? But if you change it in another way, and you just say that, you are not around, I feel so worried. I feel relief when you come back. Then they feel that, oh yeah, at least people is thinking of me, I come back earlier, and they will come back. This is two types of speech and different results. Correct? But one objective, you want them to come back early. And sometimes, people are very modest. Very modest. People praise you say, bola, like that. So I remember that, one time, I went to the hospital and then supposed to have an operation. And it's a minor operation, but I was quite frightened. So when I was in the theater, I was quite afraid. So the doctor asked me, you're very frightened, your hands are so cold? I said, yeah, I'm very afraid because this is the first time for me to have my operation. And the doctor said, don't worry, I'm not afraid also. This is also my first time, to do the operation. Alamak. He really frightened me to death. So sometimes don't be too modest. And sometimes, when you say, some people like to say those not nice words, not nice thing. Because I have a friend, her nickname is Chao Chui, bad mouth. We all don't like her. One time, when my father was sick, she went to my house, supposed to visit my father, and she told my father, "Wow, Ah Pei,你quite敢call leh, huh? You're very difficult. Lie in bed. Wow, very charm leh. Worse than that, ne? Wow, BC ka kan call. Then my father said, luckily my father is very positive. My father said, no, it's okay, what? Because there are so many people suffer in hunger. There are so many people have to run away from wars, got no house. And for me, I lie in bed in the house and I have food. And then the only thing is that I cannot get up. So I lie down and then watching television and people serve me, the maid serve me. And at the same time, if I want, I close my eyes and meditate. So I said, is it very strong, ne? So she every time is like that. Like one time, we went to visit one of our friend. The daughter-in-law gave birth to a cute baby. And after seeing the baby, well, we find very good, very, very nice, very cute. So we said, cute baby. And after, we are going to leave. And you know what she told my friend? Wow, your grandson is very cute. If die, sayang. That's why nobody likes her. Call bad mouth. And then, this is why one friend had a new house. So they have a ceremony, hold a dinner. So, then she said, hey, better don't invite this Chao Chui over. She said, if invite her over, later she says something wrong, my mother-in-law will be very angry. So then we say that, but no, we are all together all the time. If you don't invite her, very, very paiseh lah. Then she said, but if invite her, then she said wrongly, how? Then we all assure her, saying that we will tell Chao Chui not to open her mouth that evening. So we told Chao Chui, you shouldn't open your mouth that evening. If you open your mouth, then no friend. Then she said, okay, not open. So during the whole dinner, people ask her things, she only shake her head, well, not her head. She really kept her promise, not saying. And then after we are going off, so she said fair goodbye to the friend, the owner of the house, and saying that tonight, thank you very much for your delicious dinner. Tonight, I did not open my house. In future, if your house is on fire, it's not my business. It is not my business. Wow, very jialat, she. So nobody dare to invite her, So our speech is like the echo. It's like the echo of the mountain. If you shout, I love you, the echo come back, I love you. You are nice, you are nice. I hate you, I hate you. So, if you say, get up, also get up. It is just that if we say the thing, all the words we say, if it's wrong, it's just like we spit our saliva to the sky, it will fall onto us. So, as what Buddhists say, if it is also light, you are sweeping the leaves against the wind, it still fall back onto us. Therefore, we have to be very careful of our speech, like a couple who went to the countryside, and then the wife saw a head of cow and pulled the husband's leg and saying that, your relatives. And then the husband smiled back and said that, yes, in-law. Okay? You see, sometimes you want to pull other people's leg, then it's like that. And I remember that one couple, my neighbor, this neighbor, they quarrel until very bad, very loud. And then the wife was very angry and saying that, scolded the husband, saying that, should I know that you are like this, I would have married the devil. And the husband answered immediately. Close relatives are not supposed to get married. Okay, you see, this type of relationship, huh? So we have to be very careful. One thing, following points we have to have. First one, when we speak out the language, it is like spitting out the water. It's difficult to collect back. Even after that, we apologize. Say sorry. Sorry. I take back my words. No way. So when we want to speak, make very sure that we speak slower than our thoughts. Think first before we speak. That's very important. This is why every time, last time when I was young, I speak very fast. So my amma always scold me. You don't open your mouth. You see, if you don't open your mouth, people won't say that you are dumb. She always tells us, don't open your mouth anytime. And I remember that, Socrates is the popular philosopher, right? And then one time his friend came to see him. So his friend said, Socrates, I want to tell you something. I want to tell you. Socrates immediately said, stop. What you want to tell me, is it proof already? Confirmed already? He said, no, I just heard about it. Okay, you just heard about it. Is it a good thing? No, it's not a good thing. Will it benefit me? I don't think so. Then, since you haven't confirmed it, okay, since it's not a good thing, and since it has nothing to do with me, why should you tell me? So let us, before we speak, let us think of these 3 questions Socrates mentioned. First, is it confirmed? Second, is it a good thing? Third, is it related to me? If no, keep our big mouth shut. Otherwise, we will be creating bad karma for ourselves. Remember, one finger pointing at other people. There will be 3 fingers quietly pointing at ourselves. And then sometimes they say, okay, I'm more points at this one. Him. 4 finger pointing at ourselves, worse. But if you praise people who are good, you are very good. Also 4 finger pointing at ourselves. Unless we are good, so that we can see other people's good points, strengths. So, and when we have to remember that, first, try to say what? The truth. Why? To tell the truth. Secondly, if we can't tell the truth, then we have to keep noble silent. Number 2. Number 3, if we are not supposed to keep noble silent, we are forced to speak. Then make very sure that we praise first, then criticize. Praise first, then criticize. Then it will balance up. I remember that Americans, there's a president by the name as College or something like that. He has a secretary who always, the typing is horrible, a lot of mistake. One day, this secretary wear a very beautiful skirt. And when the president came in, president praised her, saying, wow, today you are very beautiful. The secretary was very happy. And then the president continued, if your typing could be like your beauty today, then it will be very good. From then onward, the secretary's typing have very much less mistake. So we have to know our ear. We hear something from to our speech. It's so short. Therefore, it is very difficult for us to keep secret. And when we hear certain secret, we want to share with other people. But don't share with others, because words travel. Make very sure. If you feel that you don't say it, you feel very unhappy, never mind. Kneel in front of the Buddha or the Bodhisattva, share with them. Use your brain and share. Share with them. And then you feel very happy. It has gone out already. Because the Buddha and the Bodhisattva will keep the secret for you. So you are not afraid of that. And in our life, try our very best to use 3 magical words. One is, I'm sorry. Secondly, if we do something wrong, okay, bang on people or something unnoticedly, then we just say, I'm sorry. Or sorry, like that. And then, if we want people to help, we use please, please. Even to our younger generation, yes, you also use please. And then, after people help us, we say thank you. We say thank you. So if we use all the magical words to outsider, to our family, even to our younger generation, then it will help us to build up good relationship with them. Sometimes, if we want to respond correctly with our speech, we also have to make very sure that we listen correctly. I remember that now we have the COVID. Last time there was a SARS period. During that time, I was in Taiwan. So I visited my sister-in-law there. And then she was there. And when I was there, then suddenly I know that in Taiwan, the Taiwanese people, they use Mandarin together with Taiwanese language. Hokkien, Mandarin and Hokkien. So they mix together. And sometimes you do not know what they are talking about. So this is why I went to Taiwan when I asked my sister about one of my friends. I said, what is she doing? So in Mandarin. I say, in Hokkien. So I say, what is she doing? And my sister-in-law told me, Then I say, wow, Then my sister-in-law said, no lah, no. Tour guide. 导游啦. So it's Chinese, Hokkien mixed with tour guide. 导游嘛. And then one time I went with her to the bank. And then all of us have to wear masks to the bank. So the guide told us that we had to remove the mask. And masks during that time, they don't have the special term. So they use 口罩. Mandarin 嘛, 口罩. So there's one old man come in with the 口罩. Then the guide asked him, 阿伯，你要领錢是無？阿伯說 ，Yeah, 是啊。You want to draw money? Yes. They say, 阿伯，你愛領錢嗬，你就要褪口罩去到排隊等。Then 阿伯 really remove the trousers and run there to queue up. You can see. Sometimes you mix up, then very difficult for you to understand. You understand wrongly, then you have this problem. Second, another one is that don't be too sensitive towards what people are talking. I myself, last time I was quite sensitive, but now I watch out already. Why? Because of one incident. One time, people invited me to the restaurant to have food. So after the food, because my stomach is not very good, so after the food, I feel uncomfortable of my stomach. I quickly rushed to the toilet of the restaurant. And the restaurant got 2 toilets. One got people, one empty. I quickly go in, sit down, close the door and sit down. Suddenly, I heard the neighbor say, "Good afternoon." I told myself, wow, courtesy campaign in Singapore start. Then he said, "Good afternoon." So I quickly answered, "Good afternoon." Then second question she asked was, "What are you doing?" I told myself, "Can I come here? What can I do?" So I quickly answered. I said, "As what you are doing now." Then the third question he asked, "Coming out already?" So I quickly answered. Because of courtesy, I quickly answered, "Some has come out, some not yet." Wow, she was so angry, And she said that, "我幾拜日你一個小雜某，我問你嘅 question 你攏做 answer 㗎了。How do I know she was using a handphone?" She said that, "我打電話你啦。How do I know that she was using a handphone? In the toilet. So, sometimes people scold us without any reason. What should we do? The Buddha told us, when people scold you without any reason, will you be angry? No. Because one time, people scolded at the Buddha. Why are you think that you are qualified to teach and blah, 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 blah. And after saying that, what will they do? The Buddha was not angry, smiling and looking at the person, and until the person finished his scolding, and then stopped the scolding, and he looked at the Buddha. How come? Not angry. Still looking at him with a smile. And why you are not angry? He said, if people give you a gift, if you do not want to accept, the gift belongs to who? And the chap said, the gift belongs to the person who gave the gift, lor. And the Buddha said, just now you gave me the gift, the scolding. I do not want to accept it, so you take back with yourself. And then the other thing is that if you cannot be like Buddha, say, okay, I don't accept your gift. We think that when sometimes we walk passing by the estate, those standard property, many of the houses, they got dogs. When you pass by, sometimes the dogs barks at you. Whoa, 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 whoa. What do? You just ignore and pass by, right? Do you turn your head back and woo, 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 back to them? You won't do that, isn't it? Otherwise, people think that you are xiao, right? So, just treat those unreasonable scolding, unpleasant scolding, as a dog bark. So, it should be okay, isn't it? This is why I always feel that people don't care. One time, I have this one experience which really go deep into my mind. This experience is what? Every time when I go up to MRT or bus, due to my old age and my this hairstyle and the color of my hair, people let me have the seat. I thank them. I'm very happy and thank them and praise them. And one time, when I went up to the MRT, and people let me have the seat, I sat down and thanked them, thanked the person, and another stop. I saw an old lady, although not as old as me, but also quite old lady, carry a lot of packages. So I quickly stand up, stood up, let her has the seat. You know what happened? She looked at me angrily and said that, you think I'm older than you? Wow. I told myself, Ho Si Mo Lui Jing. So then after that, then I said, no, because you are older than me. Because I see you carrying a lot of things. So I just want you to have a seat. And then she saw me, she said, see me carrying things, then why not help me to carry? Stand up lah. No, before he says stand up. Okay, then he put all the packages onto my lap. Suddenly I feel that, very cold. I look inside, got fish, got this and that, a lot of things. Aiyo, very cold. And then, after putting on my lap all her packages, then she tried to pull her trousers. Then I told myself, trousers I galau, no wonder. So after that, pulling the trousers, then she took up all the packages, plastic bag, and then she told me, stand up now, let me sit. So I let her sit, and sit down, and she saw me that, not angry with her. And then she told me, just now I went to the market. She was very angry. Just now I went to the market. The seller, of course we want to choose good things. The seller said, Lao Zha, why you choose and choose and choose? Then she was very angry. Then I told myself, no wonder lah. People scold her Lao Zha Bo. She was not happy. So when she come up to the bus, to the MRT, I let her have the seat. She thought that I also think that she's Lao Zha Bo lah. That's why she's very angry with me. That is the car chain accident. So when I stood up, you know what happened? I let her have the seat. That time, after she put all the thing, and she told me to stand up to let her sit. So I let her sit, and I stood up. I feel that, how come very cold? I look at my trousers, all wet very wet. So I told myself, I say, you're all wet. People think that I pass urine. Then later I say that, never mind. Since old already, Lao Zha Bo cannot control urine, also can. So I feel quite ease. And when my station there, I went down. And then I bye-bye to her. And she was very happy. And after that, I told myself, luckily, I never quarrel with her, because every time I met her in the market. So now I have one more friend rather than one more enemies. So sometimes, not necessary for us. And sometimes, people say something, this thing or that thing or that thing. Not necessary for us to listen to them and do. There's a Chinese story saying that a couple bought a donkey. And then, at first, both of them, the husband, one hand hold the wife's hand, one hand hold the string of the donkey, and then walking happily back home. Halfway through, suddenly there is a young child, and this child say, you're so stupid, got donkey, don't know how to ride, and walking. And then they say, yeah, correct, Okay. Then this man let the wife ride on the back of the donkey, and he pulling the string of the donkey, and they walk home. And walk and walk and walk and walk, and saw an old man. And this old man said, man is the head of the family. How can the woman ride on the donkey's back and then the man has to walk? It's wrong. Then the wife heard that, quickly climbed down and led the husband to ride on the donkey. And when they walk and walk and walk and walk, then they saw an old lady. And this old lady said, yeah, this man is not a gentleman. How can she ride on the donkey and then the wife walk? Also wrong. So then the man pulled the wife, and both of them ride on the donkey's back, and then happily seeing the scenery and walking home. And then they met a young man. And this young man looked at the donkey and said that, poor donkey, this couple ill-treated you. And at the juncture, both of them climbed down. And then it's near the market, so they went to buy the rope and then a stake, a pole. So they tied the donkey's back onto the pole. And then the husband at one side, the wife at another side, and they carry the donkey back home. And they do not know that the donkey tombale is also a type of ill-treated. And walk, walk, walk. When they're passing by a river, and that is a very narrow bridge. And the donkey saw his own image in the river, and it was so frightened, and it struggled. At last, 3 of them fall into the river. So if everybody has their own way of thinking, so we shouldn't listen to what they say. We should make our own decision. And Achancha also told us, when people scold us, when people comment on us, if we are angry, is what? The person who scolds us is like a person who has a phlegm in the throat, feel uncomfortable. So it and then when they throw out their phlegm, so it's just like they are not happy with us, they scold us. Then should we take it? If we take it and angry with our anger, it's just like what? It's just like we pick up the phlegm and swallow into our own mouth. Correct? Shall we? We shouldn't. So for us, we shouldn't say things to hurt others. Because saying things to hurt others is just that we knock a nail onto the wall. When we pull it out, the hole is still there. So it's still bleeding. This is why it is very important. We are hurting people on their body. It's less painful than hurting people in their heart. Thus, Buddhism treats speech as very important. Like in the 5 precepts, we have no lying. With Eightfold Path, we have right speech. With 10 virtues, 3 are with our thoughts, 3 are with our actions, but 4 with the speech. Correct? 3 with the speech, with the thoughts. What are the 3? Greed, anger, and what? Five, please. 3 thoughts, no greed, no hatred, and no illusion. And then behavior. 3 on behavior. No killing, no stealing, no adultery. But language, there are 4. 4 is that no lying, no carrying words, and then no create rumors, and don't talk rubbish. And there are 4 means of salvation. What are the 4 means of salvation? 1 is charity or dana. 1 is kind words. You see? And 1 is beneficial actions. 1 is cooperation. So you see, everything, every this special thing, all have speech. All have speech. All got speech. So kind words is we have to say in a very gentle way, and to make people happy, to praise all these languages, make people have this confidence, make them so that we are able, confidence, give them what? Hope. Give them happiness so that we can build up good relationship with others. And then gradually we can bring them into Buddhism. You see, if you offend them all the time, after seeing, like my Chao Chui friend, after seeing her, people run away. Luckily she's not a Buddhist. If she's a Buddhist, Liao, who wants to be a Buddhist like Chao Chui? No. But it is very difficult for us to practice good speech, right speech. It's very, very difficult. This is why the Buddha always reminds his disciple. In the Udana Sutra, the Buddhas, during that time, some of the disciples practice at one side. Another side is talking nonsense, comments on other people's right or wrong. That's why the Buddha told them, okay, noble silence. You only, when you want to open your mouth, talk things about the practice. Otherwise, keep noble silent. This is what the Buddha said. And noble silence sometimes is a must to solve problems. There was a farmer, and this farmer had a horse, and he tied his horse under a tree. And there was a rich man came and then also tied his horse under the tree. And this farmer told the rich man, my horse is very fierce, so you better don't tie your horse at the same tree with my horse. Otherwise, your horse might be killed by my horse. Then this rich man didn't want to believe. At last, this horse really killed his horse. At the juncture, he sued this farmer. And then in front of the judge, the farmer kept quiet, and that this rich man kept on talking. But the farmer kept quiet. So anything they asked him, he kept quiet. Then the judge said, he cannot speak, so no use for you to bring him here. And this rich man said, yes, he can speak. Just now he spoke to me. What did he say to you? He said that I shouldn't tie my horse under the same tree with his horse. Otherwise, my horse might be killed by his horse. Then, at this juncture, the judge said, he has warned you already. And you didn't want to listen. So why you show him now? Sometimes normal silence is also a way of solution for a problem. And then the Buddha say, in the Dhammapada Sutra, I think many of you have read Dhammapada. It is a very good book. I like this one. It says that the Buddha told all his disciples, when you speak, you must respect the content of each sentence. Respect the content of each sentence. So when we speak, we have to respect it. And in the miscellaneous treasure sutra, the Buddha also alerts and reminds that a wise person is good at controlling his tongue to avoid harming others and creating bad karma for oneself. So we have to remember that. And what makes us to speak is our thoughts. I remember that, there is a Chinese scholar by the name of Su Dongpo who could write very good poem. And he and the monk fall in. Fall in is a meditator. The meditating monk are friends. However, he always liked to argue with this monk. But every time he loses his battle, so he's not happy. And one time, he asked this monk, he said, Venerable, look at me. To whom do I look like? And the Venerable said, oh, you look like a Buddha. And he was so happy. And at the same time, the Venerable asked him, whom do I look like? What do I look like? And then he looked at the monk wearing the yellow robe. And then top, small, bottom, big. And he said, you look like a cow dung. And then this monk smiled and didn't say anything. And then he was very happy. Every time he loses his battle when he go home, then he will ping, ping, piang, piang, ping, ping, piang, piang. Throw things here and there. But that day, after saying that, he thought that he won the battle. So he went back, he sing his way home. When he reached home, he was very happy. He was very happy. And then his sister asked him, why are you so happy today? Where are you from? He said, I went to the Reverend temple. He said, then every time you are not happy, how come today you are so happy? Then he said, oh, because today I won the battle. And then his sister asked him, and he said, I look like a monk. I look like a Buddha. And I say he looked like a cow dung. The Buddha is, of course, higher than the cow dung. So, then the sister said, oh my goodness, you lose the greatest bet. He said, why? He said, in his mind, he has the Buddha all the time. That's why he look at you like a Buddha. In your mind, you have cow dung all the time. That's why you look at him, you say he look like a cow dung. So you lose the battle. Oh, this is why we have to be very careful. What we talk reflects our mind, our thinking. And then second thing is that we have to be very careful that of ourself, S-E-L-F. I, the big I. You see, all the words, he, she, they, you, everything, all small letter, only I, capital letter. That means big I. Correct. But we really, we always think that we are big. We pay a lot of attention on ourselves. Do you believe? Yes, Yeah. If you don't believe, then you think. When we take a group photograph, after the photograph is printed, who is the first person you look at? I. Correct. Do I look nice? So it tells us that we are the big I. And we always think that other people got problem. It's not our problem. Other people got problem. I remember that, one time in my office, and one of my staff came to tell me, hey, boss, can I take half a day leave or not? I said, yes. I said, why? What happened? Something wrong? He said, no. My wife doesn't have this good hearing. So I want to prove to her that her hearing is no good. I wanted to bring her to see doctor. So I said, okay, you go back. And he went back. And second day came and he was doing his work. So I approached him and asked him, I said, how? Yesterday, did you prove to your wife that she got hearing problem, so that she agreed to see the doctor with you? He said, boss, I tell you, when I reach home, and then I opened the door quietly and stood at the door, the entrance, and I told my wife, can you hear me? And she was ironing in front of the window. She didn't say anything, didn't turn her head. So I walked near the center of my sitting room and then asked her again, can you hear me? No answer, no turning of the head. So I went to the back, her back, about 2 feet behind her back. And I asked the same question, can you hear me? This time, she didn't turn her head, but she answered clearly. She said that, yes, this is the 3rd time I answer you. Who got hearing problem? My colleague. He got hearing problem. And he thought that the wife got problem. And we always think that other people got problem. We don't have problem. Because you know why? Because the Buddha told us, this is an imperfect world. Everyone has strengths. Everyone got shortcoming. But every one of us got 2 invisible pockets. One in front, one at the back. So in front of us, the back, the invisible pocket contain our strength and others' shortcoming. At the back, contain our shortcoming and others' strength. So when we look down very easily, wow, I'm so good, no? They are so bad. So when your colleague got promoted, then you say, how come he's promoted? I'm better than him. But we forgot that at the back, there is another invisible pocket, which contains our shortcoming and others' strength. So make very sure that we always look at this front one, also look at the back one. If you look at our strength all the time, we will become very proud, thinking that we are number one. If we always turn and look at others' strength, but look at our shortcoming all the time, we will have depression. So make very sure that you turn here and turn there and adjust. Then we will be okay. This is why the scientists told us, the light travel faster than the sound. Correct? So you look at everyone. Everyone is smart until they open their mouth. Correct? It's correct. This is why they say that if we speak a lot, it would be better. No. Speak less is better than speak more. And speak less is not better than speak good. So we would rather speak good less and not more. Like there was a tour guide. Many people liked him very much because he always bring the team to go and do the shooting. So one time people asked him, how is it today? He said, the tourists very good in shooting. But today, the God is very kind to all the animals. So you know that the tourists never shoot correctly. You can see how he said. He didn't say that the tourists, the shooting is very lousy. That's why today they don't have anything. But he said that very good shooting, but God is very kind to the animals. So cannot get, no? And if they say that, always Buddha, praise Buddha. Once you open your mouth, the lotus come out. Then it is good. And there was a person, he said that, hi, you know, now I get the good exam results. I will become doing the work for the government. And I prepared 10 high hats, 高帽子. That means to praise, to angkat people. 10 for those 阎罗王. So he said, then for those high post people. So when the Yamen heard about it, asked the 牛头马面. You know what is 牛头马面? The head is cow or the head is horse. When we are going to die, they will come and bring us, right? If we don't go to the Pure Land. Okay? So, he said, and then this one, he said, must come and get this person. How can he? Not preparing to do good work, but only preparing to angkat people. So at this juncture, so the Yamen wanted to bring him down to hell, to ask him. And then, okay, the 牛头马面 came up. So he said, he praised these two, saying that, wow, you look so nice, no? Very handsome, both of you. So, then after that, 牛头马面 is very nice to him. They are very happy. So went down to see the Yamen. And then the Yamen said, how can you, angkat only, never do work, thinking of angkat people and not doing work for the country? He said, Yamen, you have to know, the king of Yamen, you have to know, if all the people are like you, so loyal and so straightforward, and it's not necessary for me to do this type of work, but they are not like you, you know. Then Yamen think, oh yeah, it's also right. Okay, let's send him home. And after sending him home, when he was near the house, and then he told himself, oh yeah, now I only have 7 more 高帽子 praising the head to praise people, because I sent one to the 牛头, one to the 马面, one to the Yamen. So 3 out already. That means everybody need this one. So try to appreciate people's strength. Try to appreciate our own strength so that we will catch up with ourselves. Then when seeing people's strength, try to praise them so that we are spitting the perfume to other people. And when we spit the perfume to other people, we also will get the good smell. That's very, very important. We have to always to remember, we have 2 ears, 2 eyes, and 1 mouth. So, the wisdom comes from the 2 eyes and 2 ears. But sometimes regression comes from the mouth. This is why we are very, very, how to say, we are born to speak. But we need to have wisdom to keep noble silent. So, see more, listen more, think more, but say less. This is why if we come to temple to attend any ceremony, try our very best to keep noble silent and do the chanting in our mind. So that will help us not to create bad karma, but to add in good karma. Or it is very easy to say so, but not easy to carry it out in our daily life. Yeah, because our bad habits needs time to be changed. This is why I always remember it's not easy to change. One time, I went to the Mount Vernon to send my friend off. She passed away. So I traveled by a taxi. So when the taxi went to Mount Vernon, and I saw a new building, which I did not know. I wanted to ask the taxi driver. I used my hand to touch his shoulder and ask him, And when I touched his hand and and his both hands left his driving wheel, and he said, So I said, Sorry, I frightened you. He said, No, it's not your problem, it's my problem. So I told myself, see there, is he not a normal person? Then he said, because today is the first day I drive my taxi. I said, Then he said, before that, I have been driving the cascade van for 24 years. No wonder when I touched his shoulder, he jumped highly up because probably he thought that the hand is from the cascade. So, 24 years and one day difficult to change his habits, isn't it? And for us, how many lives for us to use our mouth to speak? Now, we want to change our habit. It's also not difficult. Although not difficult, but it is better for us to improve slowly. It's better than standing and not walking forward. So let us all walk forward to change our bad habits together. Okay, thank you very much. I talked too much already, so sorry. Any question you want to ask? No question. Either I convince you or I confuse you. Any question? No, I see no hands. So that means no. 放学了. Do we want to, Lily, you want to lead us to, for this what? What's it called? Sharing of merits. Where's Lily? 冇去了，走去咗，後邊。 Sorry, because I'm very used to talk to many of our friends here in Hokkien. That's right.
Much for this very humorous talk by Dr. Ang. So tonight's talk will be the last talk in 2023. So next year, if we have any talks again, we will make announcement and we will send to the chat group as usual. Right? I'm sure you have enjoyed tonight's talk, right? A lot of laughter. Okay, so we do transfer of marriage.
Huh? Do we do transfer? Do you do transfer of marriage? Huh? Okay, can.
Okay, we'll do transfer of marriage. We'll get sister society to do.
To transfer, to share the merit with the Dewa and then share the merit to all the departed. Etawata ca ambehi sampadang punya sampadang sabe Buddha anumodantu sabba sampatisidiya. Etawata ca ambehi sampadang punya sampadang sabe satta anumodantu sabba sampatisidiya. Akasata ca bummata dewa naga mahidika punyantang anumoditva cirang raka tuloka sasanang idang minyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang minyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang minyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Dewa wasatu kalena sasa sampati hoitu ca. Pito bhavatu loko ca raja bhavatu dhammiko. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving me such a chance. Thank you, thank you.